G'day, freedom lovers. How are we today? That's not quite the way I wanted it positioned. That looks a bit better. How are we all? It was really good to see some people there. Keen as mustard. Already in the room. It's me, you fool, here. You know, before even I was into the room, it's me, you fools, there posting already. What a great idea. Got the outside fire going, waiting for the live to start. I hope you grabbed a tinny as well, buddy. I'm not even sure how to say that. Oshio, something like that. Oshio, is that how we're saying that one? Good to see you, mate. I'm assuming these messages came through when I posted them. Hopefully they did. G'day, Jake. How are you, mate? Always a pleasure, my friend. Got my sips on. Sips, people. It's Friday night. I think everybody's entitled to a tinny or two on a Friday night. Hey, Sherry, how are ya? Wayne, always a pleasure, mate. Hey, Karen, Clark, back again. Always good to see you guys. I'll just make some adjustments here. So, you've probably seen we've got Wade from Billboard Battalion with us this evening. I'm pretty pumped about it. Because I'm very excited to find out a little bit more about what Billboard Battalion's all about. There's definitely some interesting things. We had a quick yarn the other day before we set all this up and whatnot. But, you know, as always, when I get new guests, I don't like to dive too deep in until I get them here because, you know, I might forget to ask very important questions that people haven't thought of yet. The Netherlands, Marianne, good to see you. It's great to see so many people internationally too, you know, who are putting Townsville on the map. You know, maybe Townsville Enterprise should employ me. Maybe they can give me give me a couple of kickbacks or something. I'll have to hit them up, you know, see what we can do for the tourist industry here in Townsville. Because, wow, I don't think Townsville Enterprise reaches as far as the Netherlands and Scotland, where good old Susan's usually there. Where's Susan? I haven't seen her today. Usually here to give me a weather report from Scotland. G'day, Cherry. How are ya? G'day, mate. Did I say that right? Oshio? Is that what we're going with? I was kind of going with the Chinese construct of with the XI there. G'day, Jen. Adrian. How's the far north of Queensland today, mate? Marion. Good to see ya. Fiona, how are ya? Is CLO Rumble up and running? Yes, the Cafe Locked Rumble should definitely be running because that's usually where I find Jake Soy. If I go back to the press the right button, I'll be able to find these things. My contents. I'll let you know for sure, but I'm pretty confident it is. But considering our first few comments were coming through from Rumble, before I was even in the room, I'd say we're in with a good chance. Things seem a bit slow at the moment, but that's okay. We're all good. Excuse me. So, sorry I didn't get around to doing a fail of the week last week. You know, as you probably gathered, I was crook. I'm still a bit, nasally. Forgive me if I stop and blow my nose. Wade's also feeling a bit crook. We might see if we can get some simultaneous nose blowing and coughing, so you guys can get, pen one of us left, one of us right, and maybe do surround sound, cold and flu season stuff. G'day, Dawn. How are ya? Daniel. Very windy and more rain coming soon. That's always the way up that way. We get jokes that Townsville's Brownsville, but, I actually quite like the fact that it stops raining in dry season, Although we have had a little bit of rain, obviously, Mother Nature didn't get the email that the old dry season has officially kicked in according to the calendars, but clearly Mother Nature doesn't follow these things. We'll just call it climate change or something stupid like that. Doug, first YouTube comment. So YouTube's running again. I reckon we should be pretty safe to keep YouTube today, but look, just so you're aware there, Doug, if you check the descriptions, if the conversation goes in a direction or that I think, YouTube's going to cut us off, or YouTube just goes, stuff it, we're going to cut him off anyway, because that's the kind of people that they do. Check that description, buddy, and you can come find us on Rumble or, or any of the other platforms where they're not complete douchebags like Google. So all together now, blow. Pretty much. That's what we're going for. G'day, Michael. Good to see you, mate. Looks like everybody's rocking in now. So we're still having trouble with this. Looks like that browser's just gone and waved a white flag, just popped out of the screen here. All righty then. So looks like Wade is ready to rock. So without further ado, guys, I think I'll hand the comments section over to good old Tyler. He's going to be in the background running some shit for me today, just to keep those comments flowing so I can concentrate a little bit more on the job. So, if you're there, Tyler, let me know by taking control of the comments. I'm going to leave it. There we go. All right, he's on. Had me sips, people. And without further ado, introducing Wade from blah, 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 from blah, 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 blah. Why don't you introduce yourself since I made a complete meal of that? There you go, mate.
G'day, Mark. How you going, mate? Wade Northhausen here from Billboard Battalion.
Awesome, mate. I did find that website, so I'm just going to add this banner here quickly. Tyler, just give us a sec to add this banner in, mate. So that's billboardbattalion.com for anybody who's looking for it. Sorry I didn't get a chance to put it in the descriptions today. Been a bit flat out. You missed your cue, mate. It's all right. We'll get it on the next one. Awesome.
That's okay. You're not going to croak us on it tonight, are you, Mark? Just only just mate, few minutes there, so we don't want you bloody croaking on us just yet.
No, I reckon we'll be right. I was on death's door last week. This is just the back end of it. So, I didn't need to pull out a necromancer or anything like that to get me out of bed for this one. So we should be good. So, all right, Tyler, you can resume your duties there, mate. So, Wade, why don't we start with just telling us a little bit about what Billboard Battalion is and why you got it going in the first place?
So thanks, Mark, and good day to everybody watching. So what Billboard Battalion is about, given that I've got a very long history in particularly agricultural politics. I'm a third generation dairy farmer from north central Victoria. I'm not dairy farming anymore. I haven't been for a while now, but that's my history. And when I was a young bloke, we sort of got tied up in a lot of the things that were happening with the banks, who were starting to illegally foreclose on quite a lot of farms, and not only dairy farms, but dry land in the Wimmera and the Mallee throughout Victoria and the southern riverina of New South Wales as well. So that really got me started, and I was only early 21 at that point, and so I started to go down what they today call the rabbit hole. However, back in those days, we used to call it the conspiracy theories. And it wasn't very long before I started following a lot of the information from these conspiracy theorist people, and started to work out that what they were saying was actually coming out to be correct. And so therefore, we heard a lot of the commentators of the time, some of the media, some of the politicians start to use the term conspiracy theorists, tinfoil hat wearer, nut jobs, and all this kind of stuff. However, never ever back away from a blue if it's if it's justified and if it's wholesome and correct. So we started to see that the people who had been taken down here in this, what was happening with banks and government and so on, were just average family farmers. And, I don't like that. And when we see people like that getting set upon by the bureaucracy or by the institutions or the government or the law or whatever, no, we must stand up and say something. So I've been involved in quite a lot of farmer-related issues over the years. I've been involved with a lot with the farmer lobby groups, run a lot of protests and so on. And at the end of the day, started to work out that not only our Australian farmers were under attack, but also the general Australian public is also under attack. And so to fast forward here, and when we can revisit a bit of that as we go on, but to fast forward to here, the point why I formed Billboard Battalion almost 2 years ago was because when the COVID fraud or scam was going on, so many people were being shut down and censored by, you know, the people in charge of the communications. Let's just say that. Whether you're talking mainstream, you're talking social, and there was a lot going on that was quite literally criminal, and people were trying to speak out against it. People were trying to tell the truth about what was going on with this fraudulent pandemic, and many of them were medical experts, and they were being shut up by APRA, and the mainstream media was pushing a line that was total lies and absolute garbage. So I thought, let's do something to give our people a voice. So we started to put together Billboard Battalion, which came from things that I'd done in the past in terms of farmer lobbying and farmer protests, where we painted our own billboards and put them on our own utes with flashing lights and so on, and ran convoys. You know, things that people would see. And so the whole purpose was to take that information, our own handmade billboards with the real facts and real truth, not only a little bit. I might move a little bit closer so we can get a little bit of better sound going on in Mark.
It's actually we've got a bit of a crackle coming through on your audio there. I'm gonna guess it's possibly more of an internet related issue. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. We might have to maybe drop you out and come back in or something like that if it's a bit unbearable for people. I can tolerate it. I don't know how are you guys going out there. It is a little rough, but you know, so sometimes we get these things. It happens, you know. So EM fields. I don't know if you've got anything that might be generating an electromagnetic field around you there. That could be a contributing factor.
Okay. Just give me a second. A couple of switches there that we've just knocked on the head. It's plugged into charge. Just give me a second. I might just pull that out for a tick. And
see if that makes a difference.
If that makes a difference, it very well may. Has that made any difference there?
No, it hasn't changed. Maybe just drop out for a second, log out of the thing, and then log back in, and I'll bring you in. You know, and I'll have a quick yarn with everyone while you do a quick reset and see if we can correct that audio issue, mate. If not, we'll just keep rolling through. And sorry, everybody's just gonna have to live with it. So if you just want to log out and log back in, and I'll bring you back in a minute, mate. But yeah, in the meantime, I'd like to thank Fiona for helping us out setting this up with Wade. Fiona's been really good reaching out to help me out getting a few more interviews and stuff going. Hey, anybody out there, if you know someone who you think it'd be good to come and, you know, have a yarn with, you know, so, you know, I especially enjoy coming across new people and new concepts that I might not, you know, be aware of, and dive in and find out what's going on. So by all means, email me. You know, if you feel inclined to do so. Sorry, Tyler, I'm just going to take control for a second there, buddy. You know, that's awesome. G'day to Robin. I've seen you popping a couple of comments in there. Great show today. I didn't get to see all of it, but I did see the first half, and yeah, it was good. It saves me having to cover the whole digital ID thing on Sunday because Robin's already covered it. So that's cool. It was interesting to find out though. How funny is it that the digital ID comes in yesterday? They forced it through as if it wasn't going to happen. Like, by no means am I surprised, but how funny is it? Straight away the next day we've got hacking issues. Like, come on, like, wow, is that? I think Robin was saying that she theorizes a way of getting everyone used to it, but come on, like, are people going to be that gullible now? Like, are you going to go sign up for a digital ID? right when all you hear is hack, 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 hack. They're stealing your information. Like, are people really that dumb? I guess so, but like, some people are. Like, obviously not the wonderful people watching this. I'm expecting a much broader array of intelligence from the general community here. But yeah, wow. If you haven't seen last week's one with Len Harris, you get to me with a wonderful croaky voice, spitting in the bin, and blowing my nose like some sort of like Louis Armstrong or some shit, trumpet player. In case you weren't aware, as the silent majority, definitely jump onto that website and sign that petition. Let's see if Len's strategy of removing the entire government. Now, wouldn't that be a sight to see? Wouldn't that be a sight to see? Can they do it? I'd love to see it. And I know a lot of the good people who are on the job. Rod Cullerton and a few other friends down there at the Know Your Rights group are all getting their heads together to have a good think about these things. Might see if we can get Darren back on at some stage. Have a bit of a yarn to him. Bit of a shout out for the Know Your Rights show that is hitting the road in the near future. I can't remember the dates off the top of my head, but if you go to the Know Your Rights webpage, you can book yourself a seat. I know it is a few bucks, but trust me, the information these guys have got is worth it. I've got a home study kit here at home, another worthy investment, and I paid for it. I probably didn't have to. I probably could have called Darren and just gone, "Hey man, can you mail me one of them?" He probably would have, but I love the work they do so much. I was happy to buy it, and you know what, money well spent. The good thing about the home study course is I can watch it again and again and again. It's great, and there's so much information in there that you kind of need to watch it a couple of times. Great stuff. Great stuff. G'day, people of the power. How are you, mate? Sips. Look at all these people kicking in. Lots and lots of views. Wade should be back with us any minute now. Well, my whole browser over here just died. Oh, there we go. Opened itself up. So yeah, morning rise with Rona on morning rise this morning. It was definitely worth a watch. Free crypto finder. Tyler, if you see people posting things about free crypto and stuff, don't bring it up, dude. They they're possibly scammers, and we don't want to encourage it unless we know what it is. Please don't click links from people you don't know in these things, people. In case you hadn't figured that out for yourself, I'm sure you have. But at the end of the day, especially ones where they're offering to give away thousands of dollars, I'm pretty confident bullshit. But anyway, just a public safety announcement there. Do be mindful. Do be mindful. There are a lot of scammers out there. I'm not saying that person is a scammer. They might be a lovely person, but chances are, you know how it goes. Sips. So, I actually tuned into ABC radio for a little bit today. Boy, was I angry pretty soon. It was interesting at first where they were just sort of just talking about what other platform are they streaming? Twitter. If you search North Queensland Freedom Network, you can find me on Twitter. We are going to YouTube at the moment. Rumble, obviously Cafe Locked-Out have a few Facebook pages as well as a Rumble account. So links are in the description for most of my stuff anyway. I've been meaning to add some of the Cafe Locked-Out stuff in there. Reminder, Tyler out there, remind me to add in the stuff to our link tree there. So for the Cafe Locked-Out stuff, and particularly the culture stuff, guys, you definitely want to check that out. And it was interesting listening to the ABC radio though today. There's some interesting things sort of happening through the Parliament and all that sort of jazz. But what really got me in the end was just they start constantly bashing their leftist agenda, and it's just so friggin' biased. The idea that money is being siphoned out of my wages every bloody week to pay for that propaganda is bloody infuriating. And like the sincerity of the brainwashing, when they're sitting there talking about, we've got to worry about climate change. I can't believe the government gave themselves an exemption. Are you fucking shocked? Like, seriously? They always exempt themselves from the bullshit. The only people that have to pay for these things is, the general public. They're always going to, all right. If you're going to keep dropping this crap, you are muted. All right. And I'm just going to take control of some of these things and remove some of these comments. Just, obviously, we've got a scammer here being a complete knob. Go on. Especially when they're just a bunch of numbers and letters and shit. Like, I mean, how sincere could that person possibly be? Knobs. Absolute knobs. All right. So, g'day. Is that Leander? I'm guessing Leander. G'day, how you going? Shoreline Signs, great job on the bus. Cool. G'day, Fiona. How are you? Karen, John, Jan, Anna. Where are you? Oh, you're up to there. G'day, Fiona. How you going? So, Wade seems to be having a few technical difficulties. I was hoping that was going to be a quick in and out, but unfortunately it wasn't. Fail of the week, the Karen. It was interesting watching Courage is the Cure and how now they're going to target the children. It's the safety of the children again. Oh no, the poor kids. We'll just have to encourage everybody to register with their IDs and make sure we know who everybody is right on the back of a digital ID bill and shit. Of course, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? I'm sure the government has your best intentions in mind, after all, they are so smart and so caring, how could you not trust them? But anyway, Wade's back. How are we going there, Wade?
Rightio, let's give it a bit of a shot at that, Marco.
Much better, mate. That's awesome. Yeah. So you were telling us how you were getting billboards and whatnot together. In order to encourage or to help get the real message out there. How and obviously it started with a COVID thing, but it's moved into the agricultural base. How did that come about?
Well, as I said, for years I've been interested in the politics, and what I started to learn from all the conspiracy theorists and my experience, my lived experience, and the people I talk to, and the things that you see happen on the ground, and the evidence is that there is a global big picture happening, and this is being run by some incredibly nasty, very, very nasty people, both international and also within Australia itself. So I started to work out that this big picture stuff had an end game of and according to their own words and their own information, population reduction, which in the short means to kill a whole heap of people. And their goals, if you listen to their own stuff, this is the likes of the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, and the World Health Organization, of which many of our politicians and bureaucrats now are a part of that. Their own stated goal is to get the world population down to 500 million, and it's currently at just over 8. So the very simple mathematics based on their own information is that they need to get rid of 7.5 billion people. So with that as the cited end game, you start looking at what these people are doing, and you start to see a lot of the things that they're doing worldwide, globally, and politically and militarily is to destroy farmers, is to destroy the energy sector, is to create endless so-called pandemics where they have to give people endless injections of all this so-called vaccines, which are in actual point of fact biological weapons. They are military weapons. They are not vaccines at all. Another one of their scams that they're using to attack us is climate change. All this carbon crap.
I'll just stop you there, and I think just because of the nature of where this is going, I'm going to have to say sorry to the YouTube people because they're probably going to delete this on us anyway. So I'm just going to remove YouTube. Again, check that description, guys, and come follow us on another channel. Sorry, just the way Google runs things. I'd like to keep the channel functioning for the few things that aren't going to upset their shitty little algorithm this week. So, I'm just going to drop the